Why don't you ever answer your phone?
I just did.
You're the most infuriating partner I have ever had. Do you know that?
I seem to recall hearing that once or twice before. Was there a reason you decided to ring me up?
Chief called. A body was found in a ravine near Honeymoon Cove.
A jumper?
Won't know till we get there.
Okay. Text me the GPS coordinates. I'm on my way.
No need. I'm here, in your driveway. You know, waiting on the great detective, L.B. himself, to grace me with his presence.
Welcome to LB's Who Done It series. Brought to you today by the happy ending folks at Love Boldly Audios. After viewing the crime scene, our detective duo realize they're on the hunt for a killer.
This is the best friend, Tiffany Roberts. She was with the deceased the night she died.
Thanks. Ms. Roberts, I'm very sorry for your loss. I'm Boldly, Liam Boldly, and I'm the detective in charge of your friend's case. I know this is a difficult time, but I need to ask you a few questions.
I understand.
Can you tell me about the last time you saw your best friend?
Of course, but like I told the cop earlier, I don't know anything that can help you.
Just tell me about that night. Why did you two meet up?
It was Friday night. We always hang out on Friday night.
We? Was it just the two of you, or were you with others?
Me and my boyfriend Braden, Olivia, and Jesse.
Who's Jesse?
Her boyfriend. Or ex-boyfriend, I guess.
I see. Go ahead.
We were just eating pizza and watching TV.
How did she seem? Was she happy? Sad?
Olivia was bored and wanted to go dancing. I should have talked her out of it. If I had, she'd still be here, wouldn't she?
There's no way to know. But the one thing you can do for her right now is help us figure out who did this to her.
You're right.
So, Olivia wanted to go out. Did all four of you go dancing?
No, I was tired. I worked a lot of overtime last week, and by the time Friday got here, all I wanted to do was put my feet up, eat pizza, and watch some TV. I was a bad best friend, wasn't I? I failed her.
Did you have any idea that something bad was going to happen?
No, of course not.
Then you had no way of knowing.
I guess.
Did Olivia end up going out?
Yeah.
Alone?
Yeah.
Do you know where she went?
There's a little place, Checkers, a couple of blocks away. We go there sometimes. Braden took her there.
Braden is your boyfriend, right?
What are you implying?
I'm not implying anything, ma'am. I just want to make sure I got the names right.
Yeah, Braden is my boyfriend. He was going out for an energy drink. He had to work third shift, so he bought one to stay awake. He's a nice guy, so he offered to drop her off.
And what time was that?
About 9.
I see. How was Olivia going to get home?
Checkers is a neighborhood hangout. Everybody knows everybody. She just grabbed a ride home.
Did she do that often?
Sometimes.
How did Jesse feel about Olivia going dancing without him?
He didn't like it, but he's a homebody. If he had his way, they'd never go out. He'd rather she go alone than drag him there with her.
I see. What did Braden do after dropping her off?
He bought an energy drink and came back here.
What time was that?
The news had just started, so it was 10-ish.
Did Jesse stay here with you while Braden dropped Olivia at the club?
Yeah.
How late did they stay?
Braden went to work about 11:30, I guess. His shift started at midnight. Jesse left a little bit before that, so maybe 11 or 11:15. I don't know for sure.
I understand. Boy, midnight. That's a rough shift. Where does Braden work?
He's taking classes at the community college during the day, so he's working nights and weekends at the mini mart up the street, Jurassic Gas.
Thank you for your help, Tiffany. Oh, just one more thing. About Jesse. Did he say where he was headed when he left here?
Home. Like I said, he'd never leave the house if he had his way.
Is there anything else you can tell us?
No, I can't even think straight right now.
I understand, Miss Roberts. Here's my card. If you think of anything, please let me know.
Are you going to catch who did this?
Well, I'm certainly going to try.
Sounds like we have a bar full of suspects. Unless we get lucky and someone saw who she left with, this is going to be a really difficult case.
You think so?
Don't you?
Time will tell.
Where are we headed? Are we going to talk to Jesse, or do you want to head down to the bar?
Let's see what Jesse has to say.
I knew you were going to say that. You always jump to the obvious suspects.
What do you mean?
You always go for the significant other. Think out of the box, LB.
What are you suggesting?
Isn't it obvious? Olivia went into the bar alone and met up with the killer.
It's possible.
It doesn't have to be the boyfriend. Not all relationships end in disaster.
I know that. But regardless of his guilt or innocence, we need to hear what he has to say. You know the drill. We have to establish a timeline of her movements as best we can.
Well, I'm driving to Jesse's. Bring up the database and get the names and addresses of any known perverts in the area.
How very by the book of you. Are you hitting the books for the detective's second grade exam next month?
I thought about it.
Well, good luck. I can't imagine you're going to have any trouble.
Says the guy that ranked first on every test he's ever taken.
I studied hard and got lucky. Don't let that test stress you out. You know this stuff.
Yeah, I do. I think this is the place.
Let's go see what he has to say. Jesse Michaels? Who wants to know? I'm Boldly, Liam Boldly, lead detective on Olivia's case. This is my partner, Detective Love. Detective? Olivia's case? What is that bitch claiming? Sir, when was the last time you had contact with Olivia? Friday night at Tiffany's place. Hey, I don't know what she's claiming, but I didn't do it. Tiffany and Braden were there the whole time. Sir, have you ever had any run-ins with the law previous to this?
Look, just tell me what she said I did, 'cause I ain't done nothing, and Braden and Tiffany will back me up.
Did you have a fight?
No fight. I told her that if she went to that bar, we were done. She went, and we're done.
And when was this?
Friday night. We were sitting around eating pizza and watching TV, when she piped up and said, "We should go dancing." Dancing. I worked 56 hours last week, but she doesn't give a damn. All she cares about is going out. If she can't wiggle her ass all over a dance floor, that bitch ain't happy. I am done with her.
When was the last time you physically saw Olivia?
Are you deaf or what? Friday night. She stalked out of Tiffany's apartment, bound and determined to go dancing.
And what time was that?
I don't fucking know. 8:30, 9, somewhere in there.
Could it have been any later?
Where is this going? Do I need a lawyer?
Sir, you aren't under arrest. I'm merely asking you about the last time you saw Olivia alive.
Alive? Whoa, what are you talking about? Somebody killed her? Are you trying to pin something on me?
No, sir. I'm trying to find out what happened the hours before Olivia died.
Look, I have no idea what happened after she and Braden walked out of Tiffany's apartment. Whatever happened to her had nothing to do with me.
Sir, I have a couple more things.
Then get on with it. I can't be late for work.
When did you leave Tiffany's?
Right after the news, so 11-ish.
Did Braden leave with you?
No, I came home alone.
Can anyone confirm what time you got home?
No, I didn't expect to need an alibi. What? What is that look about?
You haven't asked how she died.
You don't get it, do you? I told her not to go to that damn bar, and she went anyway. At that point, we were done.
I see. Well, here's my card. I'll be in touch.
Can you believe that crap? What a complete jerk. He's a cocky son of a bitch to not even have an alibi.
Do you have an alibi for Friday night? Did anyone see you entering your house?
Are you accusing me?
No, I'm just saying the fact that he doesn't have an alibi doesn't mean he's guilty.
Oh, he's guilty. He was angry she went dancing without him. That's the motive. Plus, he's the boyfriend, and the significant other is almost always the doer in these cases.
You could be right.
You know I'm right. Let's head to the bar. Maybe we'll get lucky and someone could have seen them leaving together.
You really think it'll be that easy?
Honestly, no. But a girl should hope, right?
Hey, isn't that the mini-mart where Braden works?
Yeah, do you want to stop?
The lieutenant would have our asses if we didn't.
You're right. Welcome.
I'm Detective Boldly, and this is my partner, Detective Love.
How can I help you, detectives?
Can you tell us who would have been working last Friday night between the hours of 9 p.m. and midnight?
That would be me. What do you want to know? Nothing happened. It was dead that night. I barely brought in enough money to cover my pay. I know because my boss chewed my ass out for the umpteenth time.
Do you have an employee here by the name of Braden Jackson?
Yeah, he works the midnight shift. Did something happen? Is he in any kind of trouble?
Why would you ask? Is he a troublemaker?
Nah, I didn't say that. He shows up, usually on time, and doesn't call in sick. That's all I care about.
Did he work Friday night?
Technically, it was Saturday morning. Yeah, 'cause he was here a few minutes early, if I remember correctly.
Do those video cameras work? Could we get a visual confirmation?
Yeah, sure. I'll download the feed and send it to you. Give me your email address.
Here's my card. All my information is on there.
Will do. Can you tell me what all this is about?
We're just confirming his whereabouts. It'll really help him if you can get us that tape.
Will do. If it helps, he was in earlier that night, too. He popped in for an energy drink. I swear that guy's addicted to him.
Was he in the store long?
No, like I said, it was dead in here. He ran in, bought the drink, and ran out. Not even 5 minutes.
Did he have anyone with him?
Well, I don't know. That late at night with all these lights on, you can't see much out the glass.
What time did he pop in for the drink?
Around 9:15. I don't know. The video will give you the exact time.
Thank you. We appreciate your help. With a name like Checkers, I expected a different atmosphere in here.
Olivia came here to dance. The dance floor is in a checkered pattern. Makes sense to me.
I guess.
Hey, how'd you get in here? We don't open for another hour.
I'm Detective Boldly, and this is Detective Love. We need to ask you a couple of questions. Please take a look at this picture. Do you know this person?
Oh, sure. That's Olivia. She's in here all the time. What's this about?
Was she in here last Friday?
Dude, all the nights run together. I couldn't tell you when I saw her last. Might have been Friday, might have been Saturday, or maybe earlier in the week. I just don't know. Like I said, all the nights run together.
Do you have any type of video surveillance?
Yeah, when it works.
Could you send me a copy of the video feed?
Tell security on your way out. They'll be the ones who have access.
Thank you. Just a couple more questions. The last time she was in here, was she alone? Or was she with friends?
Olivia's friends with everyone. She could talk to a rock.
Okay then. Please take a look at these photos. Do you know either of these men?
That's Braden. He's in here a lot with Olivia and her friend Tiffany. I haven't seen him in a while, though. I heard he's going back to school and has a lot of homework. But this guy, he's a friend of theirs, but I can't remember his name. He doesn't talk much, and he always has a sour expression on his face, like he sucks lemons all day long.
You've been very helpful. Thank you.
Very helpful. They didn't tell us a damn thing.
Really? Well, I guess we're looking for different information.
Well, I'm searching for Olivia's killer or killers. I don't know what you're doing.
I'm trying to figure out who done it.
I'm buying you a fedora and a trench coat. To you, these cases are just mysteries to solve. You'd be happy driving around in a psychedelic van with your trusty dog and your 3 besties.
I think you're mixing your teams. Fred didn't wear a hat. Or a trench coat.
Well, I never want to emulate Dr. Watson, so that won't work either.
And Sherlock Holmes didn't wear a fedora. That was a deerstalker hat.
Whatever.
I think this is it.
Whatever you're selling, I'm not buying. Go away.
Braden, we're the police. Open up.
You don't look like police.
I'm Detective Boldly, and this is Detective Love. We'd like to ask you a couple of questions about last Friday night.
Oh, yeah, right. Tiffany said you'd be coming over. Sit down. Sorry about that. I get a lot of idiots knocking on the door.
No problem. We're used to it. We're sorry for your loss. I understand you were good friends.
Well, yeah. I mean, no, actually, she was Tiffany's friend. I barely knew her.
Oh, I got the impression the 4 of you were close.
She used to be Jesse's girlfriend, and she's been best friends with Tiffany's since they were school kids.
Was there any tension between Jesse and Olivia?
Yeah, they weren't a good fit. They had a big blowout Friday night. That's why I got her out of there.
Was there a physical altercation?
No, just the usual bullshit.
Can you take us through the events of that night?
It wasn't a big deal. We ate pizza and watched TV at Tiffany's.
Well, I think Olivia might have a different opinion since she's no longer with us.
Of course, I'm trying not to think about it. It doesn't seem real. Seriously, it was just an ordinary night. We were eating pizza and watching TV. Olivia wanted to go out dancing, and Tiffany and Jesse said they were too tired. It's the same conversation we had every time we got together.
And how often was that?
A couple times a week.
I see. What time did you leave Tiffany's?
I work the midnight shift at the mini-mart, so I left around 11:30.
So the 4 of you were at Tiffany's from 7-ish until you left for work around 11:30, is that right?
Well, no. I was falling asleep around 9, and Olivia had it with Jesse, and she was going to walk to the bar alone. I didn't think that was safe, so I offered to give her a ride. I needed to get an energy drink if I was going to make it through my shift.
Was it just the 2 of you? Did anyone else ride with you?
No, it was just us.
Was Jesse upset that you offered to drive her?
No, he didn't care about that. He's just sick of her bitching at him. They shouldn't be together. She's a gorgeous girl who likes to go out and have fun. He's a stay-at-home asshole.
So they got into a fight, and to keep it from escalating, you dropped her off at the bar. Is that about right?
It wasn't a fight. He told her if she went to the bar, they were done.
And what was her response?
She gave him the middle finger. He just shook his head, you know? Like, she'd be sorry.
Did he say anything as you two walked out the door?
No, not a word.
Did you notice anyone suspicious as you drove her to Checkers?
No, it was dark.
Just to make sure I got this right, you stopped and got the energy drink on your way back to Tiffany's?
No, it's on the right-hand side of the street, so it was more convenient to stop on the way. It's a bitch to cross 4 lanes of traffic, even at 9 o'clock at night.
Go on. Tell me everything you remember after you left Tiffany's house.
We got in my truck and we headed out. I asked if she minded if I stopped on the way, and she said she didn't care.
Did she go in with you?
Nah, she didn't want anything, so she waited in the truck.
Go on.
I bought a can, got back into the truck, and drove her to Checkers.
Did you go in with her?
No, I dropped her off in the parking lot.
Did you speak to anyone?
No. We pulled in, she got out, and I drove off.
Did anyone call out to her as you were dropping her off?
No.
Was that the last time you saw or heard from her?
Yeah.
You know, I believe they have security cameras in the parking lot. If she met up with someone, maybe we'll get lucky and they'll have it on video.
Yeah. That'd be a lucky break, for sure.
So, after you dropped her off, what did you do?
I went back to Tiffany's.
And what time did you get there?
10? Yeah, 10. The news had just started.
Was Jesse there when you got back?
Yeah, he left right after the news.
How late does Olivia usually stay at Checkers?
Last call, so around 1:30-ish. Hey man, how much longer is this gonna take? I got shit to do.
We appreciate your help. Here's my card. If you think of anything else, please let us know. Before we head back to the station, let's see how long it takes to drive from Tiffany's to Checkers.
I already did. It's 3.4 miles. According to the internet, the average drive time is 10 minutes, even in heavy traffic. So I need to check the videotapes from Checkers around 9 p.m. on, but I'll be paying very close attention to the 11 to 11:15. That's the time that matters to me.
Well, all the video evidence from Checkers was useless. You can't identify anyone with video quality that poor. I think the only way we're going to solve this is with a confession. And I think I know who's going to make one. Let's gather everyone together.
I'm way ahead of you. They're all waiting for us in Interrogation 1.
What am I going to do without you when you pass the detective's second grade exam and you move on to another partner?
I wouldn't hold your breath. You know I suck at taking tests.
You're being too hard on yourself. You've got this. Go on in. I'll be there in a second. Okay, listeners. You've got all the evidence. Have you figured out who done it? We have Jesse, the spurned lover, Braden, the helpful chauffeur, or was it someone she met at the bar? Bottom line, time will tell. Everyone, please take a seat. We have a couple more questions we need to ask you all, and since you're all very busy folks, I thought we'd do this all at once. Detective Love, why don't you start us out?
Me? Okay, right. Jesse, we know you were at Tiffany's house until 11 p.m. Is that right?
Yeah, we watched the news, and then I went home, just like I told you.
So starting at 11 p.m., you have no alibi.
I don't need an alibi. I didn't do anything.
While Detective Boldly and I were reviewing the evidence, we noticed something very telling.
And what would that be?
For several months now, you and Olivia would text multiple times a day, every day, without fail. And suddenly, all that stopped last Friday. You haven't texted or called her since. Can you explain that? Especially when she wasn't discovered until Monday morning?
I told you why when you came to my apartment. You know, for a detective, you ain't very bright.
Refresh my memory.
We broke up. I don't text or call my ex-girlfriend.
Give me a break. Your girlfriend humiliated you in front of your friends. Her parting goodbye was a one-finger salute.
Why would I care?
You mean to tell me you weren't angry about that? You didn't want to teach her a lesson?
You don't get it, do you? When I'm done, I am done.
She was your girlfriend. You loved her. She disrespected you and went to dance the night away with other men.
I didn't love her, and she didn't love me. We had mutual friends, and being with her was convenient for both of us.
So you weren't angry with her?
No, I was, at most, inconvenienced by her.
Inconvenienced?
Yeah, now I have to find somebody else to share my bed.
You have motive, the means, and the opportunity.
I ain't got no motive.
Don't give me...
Detective Love, there's just one thing wrong with your theory.
Oh? Then explain it to me, great one.
There's one other person with means and opportunity, and in my mind, a far better motive.
Who's that?
Braden.
Braden? Why would he have a motive? He's my boyfriend.
He's your boyfriend? I thought he was with Olivia.
Why would you say that?
He was always staring at her, fetching her drinks and shit.
He's just a nice guy that doesn't mean anything.
Braden, you described Olivia as a gorgeous girl.
So what? There are lots of gorgeous women in the world. Do you think I killed them, too?
No, but rest assured that I'll be checking your whereabouts with other cold cases.
So now I'm a serial killer? Do you hear this shit? I don't have to put up with this. I'm out of here.
Sit down, Braden. You're going to want to hear what he has to say.
You told us that you and Olivia left together at 9. Does everyone agree?
Yes.
Yes.
He came into the mini mart just a few minutes after 9. I don't know where he was before that, but he came into the store right around that time. I know it.
You're right. Your video feed was very clean and crisp. He entered the mini-mart at 9:06, and he left at 9:08.
Yeah, that makes sense. He came back in around 11:45.
Yeah, we saw that on the video as well. Good equipment you've got there. So, we can document your whereabouts until 9:08. Now, when we check the video feed from Checkers...
Yeah, I was meaning to talk to you about that. After you left, I remembered there was an asshole blocking the drive, so I pulled into the parking lot next door and let her out.
Oh, I see. Well, thanks for clarifying. The video feed from Checkers was basically worthless. It was so grainy and angled in such a way that it wasn't possible to identify anyone. So you really didn't need to make up that lie. You see, your story had a glaring error from the beginning.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm telling you the truth.
After you dropped off Olivia, you drove directly back to Tiffany's, right?
He was back at my place at 10.
Yeah, that's right. He came in just as the news started.
See? I don't have the opportunity or a motive.
Detective Love has the right motive. She just assigned it to the wrong guy.
What are you talking about?
You were in love with Olivia. You told us how Olivia and Jesse weren't right for each other, that she was a gorgeous girl and was fun and outgoing. Even the bartender noticed you had it bad for her.
She was pretty. So what?
After Jesse broke up with her, you saw your chance and you took it.
You're wrong.
You drove to a quiet spot, maybe even the parking lot you just mentioned, and you came on to her.
No.
There's 40 minutes unaccounted for.
How do you figure?
It takes 10 minutes in heavy traffic to drive from Tiffany's to Checkers. Traffic isn't that bad at 9 p.m., but to keep it simple, let's just say it does. Let's say it took you 10 minutes to drive that 3.4 miles. That's 20 minutes. Count in another 2 minutes at the mini-mart, and we're at 22 minutes. That leaves 38 minutes unaccounted for. You took her to a quiet, out-of-the-way place and came on to her. She refused you, and you got angry.
It was an accident. I didn't mean for it to happen.
Tell us what happened. The guilt is eating you up inside. The bags under your eyes tell me you can't sleep. You're sweating, and your hands are shaking like a leaf. Just get it out.
I tried to tell her that we were meant to be together, that we like the same things, and we'd be good together. She laughed. She told me I had my uses, but that was it. I couldn't believe she meant what she was saying. We're perfect together. It was meant to be. She opened the door to leave me sitting there like an idiot while she went dancing. I reached for her, but she pulled away and fell. She must have landed wrong. I don't know.
Officer, could you take him to booking, please?
Yes, sir.
I can't believe I got it wrong. Again.
Your theory made sense, and the odds were with you. But in this case, it was all a matter of time.